you had two teams of students all studying to be engineers coming down to Fort Pierce here to present solutions to a problem we have in South Florida. How do we actually go about water farming? And what is the best technique, environmentally safe technique, and economically feasible technique to accomplish that? And these two groups of students and primarily teamwork has really were phenomenal today. They each had different approaches to solve a particular problem with water farming, and I thought they were fantastic. The best that UF has to show.
These kids are not kids. They're putting together presentations that are the quality of engineering presentations you'd expect to see in the field. They're doing real research. They're putting to field real answers and real results. And that's amazing to us, because back when Jeff and I were in school, I don't even think they had computers at that point, but our senior design projects weren't anywhere near this level of detail. And certainly we didn't put to field the kind of things that they are now. So to be involved in it is fantastic, to see these folks grow, to know that's the next generation that's coming up to take over, to take our footprint, to learn from us. Now with that, there's some real world things that they addressed. There's some things that were a little on the naive side. They had a year to look at this. I mean, it's not that they didn't know about it. It's just that once you've done it a couple times, you'll know where some of the traps lay. So these guys are going to be so far ahead of the game from the education they got and from this experience that it's going to be well worth it to have them out there.
Their graphics were exceptional. No, both teams were really impressive. I think as they understand this issue as well as they do in water farming, it's going to be such a big issue statewide. It's going to be our next water source, and with their understanding, they'll have a job, I'm sure, in any engineering firm, because it's a new science, and they're starting out already with a good understanding of it, and that's huge.
Their presentation skills were far beyond anything that I remember seeing at a collegiate level before. I was very impressed with both groups. One, I think one group really excelled in terms of kind of the idealistic way of looking at things. The reduced carbon footprint, some things that we hear a lot about today. The other group, I think, really excelled in taking the problem and crafting it more towards a potential real world solution. So really two different ways of looking at it, two different types of approaches and presentations, but overall, and I think I speak for all the judges, I was very impressed with both teams.